just see kids in the playground, and there is a bully there, and he beats you, and he beats you, and he beats you. Will you say, well, turn the other cheek, say thank you, allow him to beat you to a pulp? I don't think any mother would say that to their kids. I remember when my son was being beaten on the playground in the first year of secondary school. He came to report. I told him, tell the teacher. He said, the teacher has no time. That's what they said. So I told him, sorry, I can't continue. I can't be there with you. So the only way out is beat them if they beat you. And eventually they stopped beating him because they found that he was no victim. And this is general situation. See the wars, how they start. Russia surrounded Ukraine. People were wondering what is it they are doing on the borders. And then one day they just entered and started destroying. What did Ukraine do? They stood up to them, started fighting, and called for help. That's what's going on. But now, look at what has happened in Israel since 1948. The very day the independence was proclaimed, all the countries around attacked jointly to kill them before they could even breathe a free air. But surprisingly, Israel won. And then the others regrouped. And ever since, wars have come and gone, one after the other, and each one Israel won. But all this won was they defended themselves. They never attacked. They were doing what they could so that the wars would not continue and liquidate them, because they were too tiny to afford that. And so the others said, okay. Then they started attacking them one way and or the other. And this has never worked. But the policy has always been in Israel to be on the defensive. So when they continued receiving rockets and missiles, they decided to invest in protective systems. And they have that Iron Dome that is now intercepting most of the missiles and rockets that are fired at them. But they found that this was not sufficient because some were still falling on houses and killing people. So they decided to construct bunkers, shelters on the streets here and there in towns to protect themselves and their population. And the Christians from all over the planet that were Israel lovers gave them money, supporting them financially to the point where every house had now a safe room. But those safe rooms were only meant to be protecting the family from rockets and anything that fell. On October 7, something different happened. It was no more only missiles and rockets. Yes, there was a rain of it for a start. But then people, beings entered Israel's land and came to their house and started spraying them with bullets, opening the doors, burning them to the ground. And when people were trying to escape, they killed them, massacred them, tormented, tortured, beheaded. And it was then discovered that those safe rooms had no lock, because they never imagined in their wildest imaginations that people could do that. They thought it would only come from the skies. And so there are stories now of people that were there at the door trying to hold the door closed so that people would not force it open. But they did, of course. They did force it open because there was no lock. There was no place in the imagination of people that they needed not only safe rooms but fireproofed rooms, rooms where they could survive even when the house is burned down. And for the first time, they decided that enough was enough and they retaliated. And people call it, oh, is it tit for tat now? What would you do? I challenge you. We are no warriors. We are no war cabinet. But I challenge you, if this was happened to you, I'm sure that your country would have come to your rescue and there would have been a war. That is guaranteed. So, my friends, when you see people changing their tactics from being on the receiving ends and trying to protect yourself to attack, this is because it comes to a point where evil needs to be called and resisted and destroyed. Bless you.